over that?
Yeah, obviously, brilliant win. You know, to win a game against Liverpool, you have to play well and you have to have big moments, particularly in both boxes, and we did with scoring the goal and creating some more chances, and obviously the saves and the defending that we did in our box as well was fantastic. In terms of the result, that's what it is, a positive result that we needed because of the run that we'd been on. But also it's a really positive result and win on the history and nostalgia around the game, you know. And I know that Forest supporters, when the fixtures came out after getting promoted, would have looked at when today's game was going to be. And I'm pleased that we've pleased, you know, many generations of supporters today. So that was good as well. But I go back to it's only a win. We're nowhere near the league position that we want to be in, and the points tally that we would have hoped to have had by now. But at the same time, it's give us a good reference point now to build on. But that's what we have to do. You don't just want that to be words. We have to really look to do that.
I suppose you feel we probably made some small steps recently. Obviously, a couple of points, draws, clean sheet, and then to go and beat Liverpool at home.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that. You know, listen, I keep saying we've been on a bad run, and I don't want to sound negative, but what I can tell you is, and I have said this probably most weeks to yourself and colleagues, is the lads have only worked harder. They've only showed more desire. They've only showed more engagement. You know, normally on poor runs, players, staff members, you know, managers can hide, can sulk, can blame, excuses, etc., etc. But I promise it's been the opposite, because we're such a new group and put together, and that's part of the process as well. But like I said, going forward now, if there's ever any doubts the players may have, or I may have, or with ourselves or each other, we can use today and hopefully some more days like today as great reference points to show that, you know, we belong at this level.
Great moment for the goal scorer as well, Steve, given his past association with it.
Yeah, Nico as well. Good day for me. I had a chat with Nico before the game and just checked in that he was okay. He had a big decision to make in the summer, Nico, you know, and but yeah, with T, you know, he worked so hard, and you know, we played him today because we thought that he, you know, he could be a handful for whoever played. We knew Van Dijk would play. We weren't quite sure who would be the other centre back, but we knew he could be a handful for him, and I think he really proved to be that, and he deserved his goal. And you know, I'm pleased for him. You know, puts him on 3 goals now. So that's great. But you know, you can't look at today and talk too much about one player. The massive contributions from every individual, and you know, we're pleased with that.
He didn't actually celebrate. It was a muted.
Oh, was it? Okay, yeah.
I mean, has he still got that kind of respect for his
I don't know. Yeah, maybe you get a chance to speak to him, but I'll support whatever a player wants to do with stuff like that. It's always a personal choice. But like I said, really important win, and I thought we were like, listen, Liverpool had loads of the ball, loads of territory. But, you know, we had some good chances as well. We scored the goal of the game. Like I said, Yates' chance was amazing. How good was he today? Incredible performance from him. There's me contradicting what I just said, not talking about individuals. But if you ever want to see a local boy academy product playing in a big game, that's, you know, for all the academy boys, you just go watch that back, you know.
I suppose the pleasing thing is, Steve, you could go through the old team today, couldn't you?
Exactly, but we needed to. I said to the players before the game, you know, a big game needs big moments, need big performances, and I thought we got that. You know, we got that, and we got some good attacking moments first half. That's what I was saying. You know, the game was always going to look as it was, with them having possession and territory. There's no shame in that. We're playing Liverpool, but at the same time, you've got to think about how you can win a football match, and it actually went as we thought. You know, by getting into counter attacks and actually challenged the boys first half, because we got in some really good positions first half to go and make the most of, and we didn't capitalise on it, and challenged the front three in them moments to do a bit better, and also with the transition passes on turnover, because we've not been great at that in previous weeks, no doubt about that. And I mean, I'm not saying we were perfect today. We're far from it. We've got to improve, but it was an improvement, and like I said, it gives us a good reference point now to build. But the mentality has to be to get back in the training ground and just work even harder. You know, we're still nowhere near where we want to be in the league, points tally, etc., etc. So, you know, if there's any sign of complacency, then I'll be right on it.
You feed up the atmosphere today.
We always do. I mean, It's an incredible atmosphere. We should never take it for granted, but you can, because we get it. We get it. When we've been playing poorly and getting beat away from home, at Brighton, incredible support. And I'm just really happy that they can have their day today. The ones who are watching on TV, the ones who were here in the stadium, they deserve it. But they helped us so much.
Steve, just on the goalkeeper, I know you don't talk about individual players, but he didn't have a lot to do earlier in the game. The last 20 minutes he made some...
Yeah, he did, and fair credit to him. But, we shouldn't really be that surprised as well as he did, because we see it every day with how he keeps the ball out of the net. But, like I said, to win a game like today, you have to have big moments in both boxes, and we managed to do that in a positive way. And, Dean's had 2 clean sheets now on the bounce. And... was a massive factor why we did well today, but he'll be first to say about how well we defended headers and combination play, and most of their chances really were from set pieces as well, I think. So tells a lot about how we did today.
And Jurgen Klopp said that it was really difficult to get through the middle. Have you noticed in the first half, especially Jesse Lingard, Gibbs White, they kind of tucked in, they didn't follow the fullback, so was that part of the plan?
The central Liverpool are top team, and the way Jurgen makes them play is, I admire it, and I have done, not just planning for this game, I've done for years. But if you can clog up a little bit of the middle of the pitch, it is still a risk because of the delivery they have from wide and the players that they got out there. And even when Trent comes on, and we had to go to a back 5 just to get a match up on him. But in the end, it worked, because I might be wrong saying this, but I can't remember too many clear-cut chances from sort of open play. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I felt no, you can't say you felt comfortable in the game, but I never felt at the opposite to that. So yeah, good day's work, but that's all it is. Let's crack on.
Steve, last couple, please. You said that obviously the points position is not where you want to be. What about that performance? Is that what you want? Is that what you see?
Definitely. Yeah, and I just said to the players after, as it's a great, if there's ever any self-doubt with any of us about ourselves or about our teammates or staff or anything like that, today's a great reference point to say to ourselves, yeah, we can play at this level, we do belong at this level. And hopefully that will be a good driver for us going forward, because let's be honest, winning, I've learned quickly, to get anything out of a Premier League game, you have to give everything. You have to give everything. But when you do and get something out like today, the feeling in the dressing room is just unbelievable. And, while we were waiting for a couple of the guys to come back in who were doing some initial media, I could hear some of the older boys talking about bottling the feeling up, because, this is, it's unique. So, like I said, it's a great win, an important win. We needed it, but that's all it is, and we've got to use it now as a real help for us to improve. But we only do that by working even harder. Can't take anything for granted.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.